One of the problems, for example, with surgical discipline, right, is that it's very hard to tell who's a good surgeon. It's very hard for the consumer to decide who to actually to go to. And a lot of times they make their own decision because, let's be realistic. The only way they can make a decision is based, just like you said, marketing, advertisement, social media, sometimes word of mouth, right? But word of mouth also is not very reliable. So it's very difficult for somebody to actually make the right decision. Surgical field is especially a challenge because I can tell you, when you apply for surgical specialty, they obviously require that you pass your boards, that you have good grades, that you have good recommendations, that you present yourself well during the interview process. I've been involved in interviewing many hundreds of applicants applying for surgical residency at Johns Hopkins, Chicago, at Northwestern, also in Las Vegas. So I've seen this over the last 25 years of being in the medical field, that all of this criteria are met. What they don't check your dexterity, they don't check your skill level, they don't check your ability to function under stress. Extremely important part on a daily basis, and there's no screening of any of this when somebody applies for the residency. So what happens a lot of times, you meet the intellectual academic criteria, but all the other important things about surgical field have not been in any way assessed and checked. And so you end up having people going through their surgical residency who should not be surgeons, who should not be operating.